I want to circle back. I jumped ahead a little bit with that question, but I want to circle back about the genesis of how Ferguson Ventures became what it is today. What took place within the corporate decision to establish Ferguson Ventures?
Yeah, so we wanted to get after innovation, and really, as everyone knows, times are moving fast, especially now. So things are happening in weeks that could have taken decades. And so as the market's changing, as our customer expectations are changing, we wanted to set up a group that could do a few things. One, have an eyes on the startup community and make sure that Ferguson is a household name within the venture capital accelerator startup community, so that as companies, property tech, construction tech companies come into being, they can understand that Ferguson is a great path to market, a great opportunity if you need access to product, and really a thought leader in the construction and property services space. And so as we started to build on our corporate venture capability, we also added in an innovation lab in Atlanta. So we've got the capability to prototype, develop either ourselves or with partners, be it our startup community partners, whether we invest in them or not, they could be a partner. And then we've bolted on service design. So really having a way to go through design thinking workshops, lay out customer journeys, service blueprints, and work with our business units to best visualize a service that they want to launch to solve a customer problem, and then use lean startup methods to build out a proof of concept, build out a pilot, and really take something to market. So in the beginning, it's a way to have a set group that engages startup community and really thinks about new ways to service current customers or new ways to service new customers, and lives with that, and doesn't, go off into their day job, if you will.
Any idea, piggybacking off of Tim's question, any idea of like how the thought to get into things like this from a big company perspective happened? Like, did they see something? You mentioned Atlanta. Did they see something somewhere that they were like, oh, we want to be involved in something like that? Because it doesn't seem like it's the first thing that a company would actively go in as they're big to then work with smaller businesses.
Yeah, well, I mean, smaller businesses are coming out with the new ideas, right? And not to say that large incumbent businesses don't, but smaller startups can come in. They don't have a current customer base, so they can try things. They can be more radical, and they can come in and experiment on a customer set and really change an industry. And so if you've got eyes on that and what's coming into your industry, what are the trends? What are the insights? What can you learn from having an engagement with a startup community? And then you also have a capability set that is, let's just call it Ferguson or your incumbent business. If you think about Ferguson, we've got things that are hard to build. Logistics, coast to coast, 1,400 plus branch network, 250 showrooms, 28,000 associates, the 68 years of history, customer relationships. So as a startup, you can come in and experiment and either try to create a new market or do low end disruption and go after the bottom of a market. And you can come in and do something pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you can be pretty risky in there too, because you don't have the established name that you have to, hold to, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where the incumbent has a leg up as well, because building a logistics and supply chain network and training 28,000 associates and just building that out takes time, and it takes a lot of capital. So if you marry the two and you bring in startups who are looking to do what Ferguson is looking to do, we're looking to provide a better tomorrow for the trade professional. So we are thinking about how can we help a trade pro, our customer, a plumber, an HVAC contractor, a builder. How do we help them gain efficiencies? How do we help them run a better, more profitable business? And there's a lot of startups who are trying to do the same thing. and they're coming at it in new ways. And I think that the marriage of a startup and a incumbent corporate is a good thing.